Hello and welcome to this morning's Liverpool News Roundup here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Conor. I'm going to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news ahead of the Aston Villa game tonight at 8 p.m. Yes, Liverpool do in fact play football again. Yay! I can't wait to watch Liverpool play football again. It's been so good lately, hasn't it? But jokes aside, I am actually looking forward to the game. I think we will win it. I think we will start to bounce back, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, make a bold prediction. We are going to beat Aston Villa this evening. We're going to beat Real Madrid and Man City because it's just what would happen, isn't it? Like, we've been awful. We have these three very, very tough games, and it just would be Liverpool, wouldn't it, to go and win those three? So I'm putting it out there. We're winning all three. Call me deluded if you want, fair enough, but that's just my prediction based on nothing other than pure vibes. Also, before we jump into news, I want to call attention to something the eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed, but my little trophy has broken. So if you do want to leave a comment below telling Katie how clumsy she is, then please do. She knocked it over last night and the crown fell off the top of the trophy. So shout out to Katie on that one. Please do. If everyone could leave a comment saying, "Ah, for God's sake, Katie," or something along those lines, that'd be quite funny. So anyway, let's jump into the news. We'll start off then with some more quotes that came out from the embargoed section of Arne Slot's press conference. They came out late last night, and he was speaking about just the general issues at Liverpool. And he said, "In general, I don't think that our issue is that we concede too many chances. Our issue is we don't score the chances we create. Balls go in, so we do concede a lot of goals, but that is something else. Do we concede a lot of chances?" And to that, Arne, I would say yes, we do. We do concede a lot of chances. He seems to think we don't. The stats don't back that up. We do concede an awful lot of chances, and a lot of them are going in. So, yeah, it's fairly straightforward on that one. We are conceding a lot of chances, which means we concede a lot of goals. Don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out, but fair enough, yes, we should be scoring more goals from the chances we've created as well. To act like we just don't concede chances is ridiculous. Like, the goals will come back, but we do need to be more defensively solid. We do need to figure out how to just get the stability back, and the quicker we can do that, the better, because the less goals we concede, the more games we'll win. Michael Owen level commentary here on Anfield Agenda today, but you know what I mean, like, so yeah, score more goals, concede less goals. If anyone needs any tactical help, please do hit me up. Speaking then about his future at the club, he was speaking about the fact that he has the full backing from the FSG hierarchy, and he said, "For me, they say similar things. I speak mainly to Richard and once in a while to the others, Edwards and FSG. They also see similar things as what I see. For me, the conversations haven't changed a lot. We always talk about the game, and it's always nicer to talk about the game if you have won than if you have lost." It comes as no surprise, really. Like, I think most of us, like, fair enough, if people are leaning towards wanting Slot out, I think the club will fully just back the manager for the next couple of months. They're not going to be hasty in making these decisions, particularly after he won the league last year and just the new players coming in. I think the club will give him time. They're not going to act rash, and whether you agree with it or not, that probably is the case. And I believe Slot and what he's saying there, that the FSG hierarchy aren't really putting huge amounts of pressure on him, because they probably just believe the results will come back, and I'm very hopeful that they will, in fairness. Like I said yesterday, I'm sliding towards the point of where I wouldn't be outraged if Slot was sacked, but I'm not generally going to be like pushing for a manager to be sacked. I think it would take a lot for me to like really want to hound him out of our club. I'm not anywhere near that point. Like, I have my opinions on the manager. I think he's not doing the job he needs to be doing right now, but I'm getting to the point where I'm about to enter the phase where, like, if a better option came up, I would be like, yeah, maybe just push him out, get X, Y, or Z in. But I'm not quite at that point because, one, there's not really an obvious choice to come in yet, and two, I think he will. I think he will turn around ultimately. Like, I've been thinking about this a lot the last few days, and I think I just think he will. I don't know. I'm getting that vibe. I think he will just turn it around. I'm hopeful that he will, because we all want a manager to succeed. We don't want to be having to hound managers out of our club. So fingers crossed on that one anyway. So like you said, he has FSG's backing to succeed, and there's been no conversations around him getting the sack at all or anything like that from the sounds of it. His contract talks have been put on hold apparently, which makes sense to be fair from both sides. Like, both sides won't want to enter negotiations during a bad run of form. So look, we'll see what happens. But like I said, I think we're probably seeing Arna for the rest of the season, or at least another few months. I don't think a huge decision is going to be made in the next few weeks, or before Christmas anyway, at least. A bit of surprising news then that started to break late last night, and this was coming from a Saudi source who was at Ahmad2Man on X, and he said, Al-Hilal has reached advanced negotiations with the Scottish Richard Hughes to take on the role of sporting director, and Richard currently holds the same position at English club Liverpool. According to the sources, if a deal is struck with Hughes, he will begin his duties next summer, with some members of his team starting preparations for work beforehand. Now, there has been links before with Michael Edwards being linked with the Saudi League as well. I'm sure the Saudis will want the likes of Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, the real geniuses of the footballing world, if you want to call it that, to come in and develop their football project. So it's not a shock to see these links. I don't think Richard Hughes would want to go, in all honesty. He doesn't strike me as the type of person who would come in, start this insane project with the big money signings and then just leave after 12 months. I can't see that, to be honest. No doubt, I believe that Al-Hilal would of course be interested in Hughes, but whether he's in advanced negotiations or would even be considering leaving, I don't buy it, in all honesty. Like I said, I don't think he would leave this project so early, so one to keep an eye on, I suppose, but again, I wouldn't really believe it. So please do let me know in the comments below whether you think he could go. Like I said, I don't think he would, but yeah, it's interesting one to say the least. Another interesting one from yesterday then, so this came out yesterday evening. So Aston Villa's obligation to sign Harvey Elliott permanently for £35 million will only be triggered if he makes a certain number of appearances for the club. If he remains out of Unai Emery's plans and returns to Liverpool next summer, plenty of clubs would be interested in bidding, and that's from the Daily Mail. So we heard this when he went out on loan or technically on loan with an obligation to buy. I believe it was 10 appearances. It's a very achievable number, so I'd imagine he still will hit 10 appearances regardless of if he's starting every game or not. I don't see a world where he comes back, and if he did, I think we would just sell him out again, because obviously he's not in our plans for the current future. We do have a buyback, of course, for maybe 3 or 4 years' time if he does hit the ground running. And if we do have a spot in our team at that point, we can bring him back in, because he's a boyhood Red. I'm sure he would jump at the chance to come back, but I've seen a few people getting excited over this, thinking we're getting Harvey Elliott back, but I don't see it personally. I think he will hit the number of appearances and he will go to Villa. Whether he succeeds there long term or not is another thing. He hasn't really been fantastic for them yet, and he's kind of out of Emery's plans at the minute. They insist that they still want him, of course, but I don't think he'll come back. He might come back someday, but I wish him the best in the meantime, because we all love Harvey Elliott, don't we? And we all want to see him succeed, so hopefully he can establish himself in that Villa team and just really make a career for himself, because he seems like a top lad. He's a fantastic footballer. I was sad to see him leave, although I did understand the decision. So, like I said, all the best to Harvey, and hopefully we will see him back at the club someday. To finish up then, some news around the defenders. So we have a report from El Nacional, which is a Spanish publication. They have said that Liverpool plan to offer Konate to number one suitors Real Madrid on a knockdown fee in the January window. The club are prepared to sanction an emergency sale, and the proceeds could well be channeled into finding a long-term replacement for the France international. Faced with the real risk of Konate leaving for free in June 2026, Arne Slot has made his move. The Dutch manager, aware that he needs to lighten the squad and generate revenue, is trying to convince Xabi Alonso to take the centre-back for a ridiculously low fee. Konate's market value is estimated at around €55 million, but Slot will be willing to let him go for just €30 million in the winter transfer window. Now, is there a world where we try to flog Konate in January if we think he's going to leave? Yes, but probably not. I think if a huge fee came in, I think we would consider it, but I don't think we'd be pushing him out the door. Similar to Trent last season, if Madrid came sniffing around him in January and we rebuffed those approaches, we didn't want to leave him mid-season and we would rather let him go for free. So unless it was a crazy fee, I don't think we would go for this one. Do I think Madrid might come sniffing around in January? Yes, I don't see why not. If they think they can get him on a really low fee, then maybe they do. But maybe I'm talking shite here, because Madrid don't really want to spend money on players they can get for free, don't they? But then again, they gave us 10 million for Trent with 3 weeks left on his deal, so who knows really. Just, it's an interesting one, because the Konate thing is still going on. He can sign a pre-contract with Madrid in 8-9 weeks time, so if the options are get a small fee for him in January or just let him go for free at the end of the season, I would just let him go for free, in all honesty, because we're already short enough at the back. We don't need to lose more defenders. Fair enough, we do need to sign someone in January anyway, but we can't be letting Konate or Gomez leave either, because both of those have been linked with a move away. So I think it would be crazy to let him go, but 30-40 million, the club might consider it if it was that amount, but I don't see Madrid paying that amount, to be honest. To finish up then, a little bit on Marc Guehi. So this is from Gazzetta dello Sport, who said Inter Milan want to sign England centre-back Marc Guehi when his Crystal Palace contract expires next summer, but face competition for the 25-year-old from Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Liverpool. So that list is getting longer and longer as the week goes on, and the competition for his signature is going to be absolutely fierce. I really just hope that he was sold on the vision of Liverpool. Like you said multiple times, he was in the Liverpool gear doing his medical. He thought he was a Liverpool player, and that was pulled out from under him at the last second. So let's hope that sticks in his mind and he just wants to fulfill that dream that was nearly a reality, rather than the likes of Inter Milan, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, which is a plethora of top level clubs. And I could see why he might want to go to them, in fairness, but I just hope that he does want to come to Liverpool because he's a fantastic player. He would really settle in and just replace Konate if he goes as well. So hopefully we do get him. But like I said, the competition is going to be very fierce for a signature. That's all from me this morning anyway. Craig will be live from 6:45 this evening for Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Hopefully we can get the result and start to bounce back because we really need it ahead of these three games because we have Madrid and Man City coming up as well. So like I said, I'm going bold. I'm going to say we win all three just purely based on vibes and hope. And yeah, please do call me deluded in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button before you head out. Hit the like button and I'll see you very soon.